Wuthering Waves, or should I say the cooler Genshin Impact, is finally here for the Xbox Series X and S. This brilliant game is a free download for Game Pass owners. Made by Kuro Games, Wuthering Waves is a gacha RPG. This insanely popular game is already on PC, mobile, and the PS5. About time the Xbox Series X and Series S got their fair share of the pie. Personally, I feel such heavy duty games are best made for PCs and for consoles. Because, well, if I were to just simply play it on a mobile phone, it would turn it into a hot plate or something. In Wuthering Waves, players assume the role of the rover, an enigmatic character from another world. The rover meets a magical girl and drops into the world of Wuthering Waves, or Wuwa for short. Like a lot of gacha game intros, it raises more questions than answers. The story, as far as I've played it, is engaging, and the voice acting is awesome sauce. Wuwa really went all out with the dialogue. Each character sounds different, and they all feel real. It has barely been a week with me playing the game, and most of the voice lines of the characters are already burned into my memory. This is some next level storytelling, and I hear that the story of the game is going to be even more darker than what I'm accustomed to. Well, let's see how it all plays out. Having played a lot, and I mean a lot, of Genshin Impact, I arrived to the world of Wuwa with a fair amount of experience regarding these models of games. Well, it's just that each character model genuinely feels unique rather than trying to be based off of one mold. Likewise, all the characters, the resonators, have their own unique abilities. The intro music I'm greeted with vaguely reminds me of Far Cry, the 3.5 menu music for Wuthering Waves. I don't know. Could be the instruments or for some other weird reason, I really don't know. What I do know is that Wuthering Waves has a fluid combat system allowing players to switch between characters mid-fight. I know Genshin Impact and any other gacha game in every other similar style does that as well, but what I'm saying is each character has their own intro and their outro skill. Chain them up to build exciting combos. Wuwa sort of feels like a hack and slash rhythm game, as each resonator has a resonance gauge that affects their abilities. Basically, what Wuwa did was that it picked up what Genshin Impact was doing and made it a whole lot smoother while toning up the quality of life. Furthermore, for larger enemies when you're facing off against them, a silhouette of your character is visible right through them. Kuro Games really thought this through when they were making Wuwa, huh? What I love about the game, coming over to the quality of life bit, is that you have infinite sprint outside of combat. You can run up walls and glide away. Though gliding and running up walls will still take your stamina, but you've got infinite sprint. The world of this game seems vast, incentivizing others to explore and find out what secrets it holds. What I love is the fact how alive it feels. Occasionally you can find friendly NPCs fighting enemies like you did in that clip I showed you earlier. See, it's these things that truly make a game's world come to life. You can find challenges, quests, and treasure chests hidden throughout the world of Solaris 3, which is Wuthering Waves world. That's what the planet is called. Complete the quests and find the treasures to obtain rewards. Waypoints and resonance nexuses are scattered across the map to reveal the fog of war while simultaneously enabling fast travel. Genshin Impact style. A fully voiced birthday wish from each of the characters in Wuwa? Whoever shall I pick? I know, I'll go with Phoebe Choopy.
Happy birthday! Confetti! Just like how Mama and Papa used to celebrate. Here, take this. A bluebird set with aquamarine gemstones. A little something to be by your side through winds and storms. Like this statue, may your eyes always be bright and may luck always be with you. Your path is not one ordained by the Sentinel, but one of your own making. And no matter where you go, I will always pray for you.
You know what the best part is? You can get all the characters to wish you a happy birthday, and you need not log in on your special day. You can do it within a month. I'm telling you, Genshin Impact seriously needs to step their game up. Take it from someone who's played Genshin Impact for more than a year and a half non-stop. The photo mode of Wuthering Waves is miles ahead. You can choose whichever filter you want. You can fine-tune the color of that filter and the filter's intensity, and what's even better is from the game setting, you can play the game through that filter. Man, they really went all out with even the aesthetics, didn't they? Unfortunately, Xbox Chooms missed out on the Cyberpunk 2077 collab because the Xbox release happened right after the event wrapped up, the crossover. Still, the crossover is an incredible showcase of what Kuro Games can do. The party is far from over. I'd say it's probably getting started. Moving on, we have the sound design, the music. Rating the music of a game is one of my favorite aspects of reviewing games. For Wuthering Waves, I could be listening to its soundtrack for hours. Kuro Games has done an excellent job with the tunes. Nova job. Oh, one more thing I almost left out, was that Wuthering Waves is something Genshin Impact will never get. Not only do we have a skip button for the lore skippers, missing out Wuthering Waves' engaging story, but to each his own. More importantly, we have a parry mechanic. Yes, it's part of the game's combat system, and you have to chain your attacks, your resonance skills, and your resonance liberations with the dodges and the parries to keep your combos up, and of course to stay alive. Genshin Impact, the only closest thing you have to a parry mechanic is the dash button, and even then, it's insufficient compared to what Wuthering Waves offers. You heard it here. Wuthering Waves is what Genshin Impact wishes it was. But that's just my opinion. You may put your pitchforks away. Now we move on to the downers. Wuthering Waves is a gacha game, which means you can be the hardest player, a straight up menace, but you can be ruined by the gacha on a bad day. Being free to play means you will have to work a lot harder than players who lay out the clams to play the game, and playing the game as a free to play might end up feeling like a second job at one point. Furthermore, I noticed a lot of textures not loading in the distance and some embarrassing frame rate stutters. Knowing Kuro Games, they will buff them out, right? Furthermore, the game weighs in at an eye-watering 120 plus GB size. In the midst of a memory crisis, I might be hard-pressed to delete a few games. Still, the resemblance between Wuthering Waves and Genshin Impact in many aspects, like the traveling and the walking around, seems anything but coincidental. Maybe one has inspired the other, who knows? Anyway, another problem that I got used to was the clutter on the menu. There was just so much going on. What can I say? Minimalism has ruined everything for everyone, so something with a little more detail just unnerves us. Finally, the moment you all have been waiting for. The official game trigger score. I rate Wuthering Waves an 8 out of 10. This game is enormously exciting. It's a vast world that invites players to just simply sink their teeth into, and while being an exciting game, it does have some technical hiccups, but you gotta go easy on the game since it just launched on the Xbox Series X and S. Still, again, having a perfectly functional game should be the bare minimum, but I guess working on vintage German cars has really raised my standard for quality. Why do I keep mixing up wrenching old motors with everything I do? Well, anyway, the thing is, Wuthering Waves is a great game, but being a gacha game, it's online only. And while you are not pushed to spend your money around every corner, it's just that spending your money will make the game more exciting for you because eventually you get what you pay for, sort of. With that said, the waves really do be wuthering though. Before I bid you, ladies and gentlemen, a hearty farewell until next time, will there be more Wuthering Waves content? Most certainly, whether it's footage as I yap along to some gaming or tech related topic, or just doing something off topic or making funny memes, you can count on that.